Man, sometimes I think people forget how different Steak used to be. Back then, it wasn't about chaos, it wasn't about brain rot wars. It was simple, it was family friendly. Like if Steak even said one bad word, his mom would be right there, mad at him. And if anyone said a bad word in the past, they get grounded.
You're in trouble.
You are in trouble.
But it was all for the videos, just part of the comedy, part of the bit. That's what made it so funny, because it felt real, but we all know it was just entertainment, and you just can't forget. Back then, if Steak said something like, "I swallow cum," he would scream like it was the worst thing ever.
I swallow cum?
Exaggerated reaction was part of the stream. Those streams, bro, you remember the intro? Before Steak even descended from the top of the screen, it would say, "Spam egg to begin." Chat would go wild spamming egg. Then Steak would drop down slowly for 20 or 30 seconds before he even said a word. That was peak Steak. That was his signature, and if the chat called him an egg, he'd instantly deny it, yelling back, "I am not an egg."
I do not look like an egg!
That kind of exaggerated back and forth was pure old school Steak energy. Back then, Romy and Splink didn't even have YouTube channels, and at the time when Steak had 1 million subscribers, Cruz barely had 40,000 subs. We all called them Little Bro. His setup was in the basement, just like Steak's, and that made it feel even more authentic. Like we were watching siblings grind together from the same place. And instead of fighting for brain rots and still brain rot, we are just vibing with try not to laugh challenges, online Steak streams. That was just the content. No drama, no competition, just pure fun. And sometimes they'd even bring in Steak's parents for a try not to laugh stream. That was hilarious because it made the whole thing feel even more like a family secret. And now he's been putting them in more often, which shows how that family vibe never really went away. And yo, remember the "you laugh, you say a bad word" challenge? Romy, who we didn't even know name back then, spun a wheel, and whatever bad word it landed on, she had to say it. That was hilarious because it was edgy, but still goofy. Still innocent in its own way. And Steak wasn't just about to give his own stream either. He was out there rating small streamers, giving him attention, giving them a moment. That was the kind of stuff that made community feel alive. It wasn't just about them, it was about lifting others up. And then the lore started unfolding. We didn't know there was a secret third brother, Splink. Out of nowhere, suddenly he was part of the story, and it felt like discovering hidden content in a game. That reveal made the community buzz like, wait, there's another one. And let's not forget, Steak was even onto skibbity toilet stuff before it was everywhere. He learned into those weird, goofy internet trends that made no sense but somehow fit perfectly into his streams. That's what made it special. He was ahead of the curve, but still kept it fun. And then there was the calling whoever my chat says. The thumbnail had Steak with actual hair on his head, which was wild enough. And Romy, who we all called Lil Sis, was right there in it. That was peak community energy. And at one point in his career, Lil Sis even revealed her name. First it was Aurora, but then it was changed to Romy. That moment felt huge because it was like we were finally learning more about someone we've been watching for too long. It made the streams feel even more personal, like we were part of the family. And bro, there was even that video called "First One to Move is Gay." It was all a joke, just goofy humor, but that's the kind of stuff that defined the era. Silly, harmless, edgy in a way that made everyone laugh without taking it too seriously. And then came the series Five Nights in Steak's Basement. That was peak creativity. It was weird, it was funny, it was Steak's own bit on internet horror, but still goofy enough that it felt like community inside joke. And you can't forget about the chaos of looking at my little sister's search history. The whole bit was if she lost a game of Jingo, Steak would like her search history, and when she did lose, she pulled out a baby gun, and the stream cut out abruptly. And the funniest part, Steak had that half circle cut with the flat part of the circle facing the camera the whole time. That image is burned into nostalgia. Goofy haircut, chaotic dream, and pure old school Steak energy. And the wildest part, after all those years, Steak is still in the basement. Some things never change. But now things are different. Cruz doesn't keep it clean anymore. He's out here saying almost bad words like "boss shiz, buns, and all those equivalents, but with the occasional real bad words slipping through. Instead of goofy challenges, it's stealing brain rots, finding all the time, and constant chaos. Steak himself isn't screaming at silly phrases or getting grounded or laughs anymore. He just drops bad words casually. The streams are about family vibes or goofy basement setup. They're about clout wars and non-sub battles. It's wild to see how far things have shifted. The old days were wholesome, exaggerated, and funny. The present is messy, loud, and competitive. And even though Steak is still in the basement, the vibe down there has completely changed. And look at the numbers now. Steak has 4.5 million subscribers, and Cruz is sitting just shy of 1 million. From 1 million to versus 40k back then, 2 millions today, the growth is insane. Steak used to be wholesome, Steak used to be fun, and I'll not always miss that era.